Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Novels that feature older sleuths can be very appealing. For one thing, an older sleuth tends to have a little more wisdom and maturity just from having that experience. For another thing, sleuths like that resonate with readers, especially readers who are no longer in their 20s themselves. Let's take a look at a sleuth like that today and turn the spotlight on Jessica Sutanto's Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. Vera Wong Zuru is a 60-year-old widow who owns a San Francisco tea shop and lives above it. It's not in an elegant neighborhood and hasn't been doing well. Still, Vera works hard. She thrives on her routine and she takes pride in knowing how to craft a wide variety of different sorts of tea for different purposes. She loves her adult son, Tilly, and he loves her, but he's got his own busy life. So Vera has found that she's lonely and a little bit at loose ends. One morning, she goes down to her shop to find that there's a dead man in it. She calls the police and they begin an investigation, but Vera is intensely curious about what happened, and besides, it's her shop. So she decides to investigate on her own. She knows just how she'll go about doing it too, and she's actually excited to solve the case and help the police. The dead man is soon identified as Marshall Chen. Vera doesn't recognize him as a customer, so she has no idea why he would be in the shop and certainly why his body would be there. Soon enough, though, she has a list of suspects. There's Oliver Chen, Marshall's brother. There's no love lost between them. There's also Marshall's widow, Julia, who, as it turns out, had a strong motive. And there's Riki Hurwanto and Sana Singh, both of whom had been cheated by the victim. As it turns out, Marshall Chen was an unpleasant, abusive person with a long history of victimizing others. So Vera can see how each of these suspects might have killed. As Vera gets to know each of the suspects, she starts to become part of their lives. On one level, she wants to find out which of them killed Marshall Chen. On another, though, she sees that each of them has a need in one way or another, and she starts to subtly and not so subtly help them in a grandmotherly sort of way. Still, she continues to sift through what she learns and what she observes to try to find out which one of these suspects killed Marshall Chen and why. And in the end, we learn the truth. And we learn that all of these suspects have been hiding things. So what are the elements in this novel? What keeps it going? The main character is, of course, Vera. She has a strong personality and she is an important force in what happens in the novel. She's got a way of getting people to do what she wants, in part because she's determined and in part because of the cultural tradition of respecting one's elders. She can be bossy and pushy, but she's neither arrogant nor rude and mean. She's a force of nature. The story is told from a variety of viewpoints, including Vera's and her group of suspects. It's all told in third-person present tense. So there are different perspectives on the same events. And as the novel goes on, we see that these characters' lives are interwoven in several ways. Vera becomes woven into their lives too, and these relationships are important in the novel. The novel is labeled as a cozy, and it does have some of the characteristics that we traditionally associate with cozies. There's little or no on-screen violence and no explicitness. There's an amateur sleuth and so on. The question of who killed Marshall Chen is a main theme, but just as important is the network of relationships that develop during the course of the novel. Readers who prefer a focus on characters will appreciate that they take center stage in this novel. The story is set in San Francisco's Chinatown, and we get a look at the part of Chinatown that's off the regular tourist route. While it's not the main focus of the book, there's a definite sense of the culture and location there. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers is the story of the impact one unpleasant person can have on the lives of others, and how people can be drawn together by something positive. It features a Chinatown setting, a group of people who need each other, and an unusual sleuth who wants to play auntie to them all. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.